Alright. Hey guys. I'm tired still. But, let's see, I was supposed to look for reference images for the next assignment, which was a perspective, and 1 point perspective of room. But I didn't look at it. Cause I just too tired. So this is me doing it now. I'm looking for a Japanese, basically staff room, kind of like this. Yeah. I want one that has like a door in it. I don't want windows. I want like an entrance. You can see an entrance. Oh, there's one in anime right here. That's very 1 point perspective. What else can I do? So I want it to look not super cluttered, because like actual staff rooms are so cluttered. I want it a little organized, maybe like chaotic organized. I have kind of a vision in mind. I just need to see what it looks like when there's a door in it. Because I'm not sure how to position the door properly. What does that one look like? Oof. I don't see a door though. Maybe it's just not common to see a door. Most people want that natural light. Oh, this one has a door. Just in the corner there, okay. That could work. Is there anything else? Because I guess I could do a far perspective like this classroom here, where you can see the door on the side. Like that with the door there. But then I feel like it's not... It's not quite the perspective that I'm looking for. Because I don't really want to see it at an angle, or the rest of the room at an angle like that. Now we're getting into classrooms. I might have to backtrack a little bit. Go back. Alright, that looks like a staff room again. Yeah, I kind of want this here, like how it's in the room, in the middle here. But then I also want ones like along the wall. It's kind of what I'm envisioning. But I want it to be as simple 1 point perspective as it can be. Because I don't want angles. How am I today? Still very tired, but coming up on a weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. It's gonna be a tough day because I have 3 exams tomorrow, which I am not fully prepared for, but that's okay. And then we go into a 3-day weekend, which is really nice. And then next week we'll also have another day off that we're taking from school because of the move. So short week next week, which is very nice. I like that. All right, let's go back again. From here, do I see anything? Oh, this is an okay one. I can work with how this looks, so I would go, let's see, edges of the room would be there, go in and over. Okay, okay. Okay. And horizon is a little up because of how these are lined up. It's probably right at the bottom of that blackboard. I'd have to find the horizon, but there's a lot of straight lines here, so that could help. This might actually help. So let's go desktop, save. So I'm gonna use that, I think. I don't quite like how it's going up. I think I'd want to go backwards down. But I don't know what that looks like if I do that. So I'm gonna keep looking, and then whichever room I like, we're gonna find the horizon for first, and then build what I would want in that room. That's basically how I'm gonna go about this assignment. Yeah, yep. 3 exams is hard. It's the first one, they're quizzes, but they'll take up most of the class. So the first one is kanji. It's like the second chapter of the N2 kanji book that N1 kanji book that we're going through. So 1 chapter from there. And then a grammar one, which is technically all review, but the way they teach is not great for me. And then the third one is actually in 2 parts. Grammar and story, I guess, because it's for another book called Manabu, where we have like this passage that we study. So it just kind of asks about the grammar in that passage, and then what is the passage about? Questions. Stuff like that. So technically 4 little quizzes, if we count it that way. A lot of these classrooms, they really like taking from up high. I wonder why. Because usually when you have shots that are like a little higher, it's saying that you're above the head in a way. Like it's looking down on that situation. So I wonder why they really like that for schools. Okay, let's go back again. Anything else I see here? Using kanji hard to do. It depends. Like, I have really good short memory. So it's actually okay for me, because our teacher usually gives us time to kind of go over, like do a tiny little review in class before taking the quiz. So my short memory is really awesome in that I can memorize that pretty easily for the quiz. Otherwise, I mean, kanji is literally just memorization. That's all it is. So if you're good at memorizing and you have a technique, you'll be fine with kanji. But if you don't, then yeah, it's gonna be hard. There are, like, as you get further in the levels, there are some kanji that you'll mix up. Because I've definitely started mixing up special and to hold. Those two kanji look very similar. I'm not seeing anything here that I like. So I'm gonna go back again. So I just don't care about a window view of such a thing. I don't want it at an angle. I don't want the whole room being at an angle, at least. I think that first image I found is probably going to be our best bet for setting up the perspective stuff. Like, this is simple, nice. Just a hallway. I like it. I guess a hallway is technically a room. Could just do a hallway. That's being a little lazy. Let's do an actual room. I just like hallways would be so easy to get that perspective. And this is the kind of perspective I want, where it's like normal eye level. It's not going too high, not going too low. Right in the middle. Okay, what else? They have like real staff rooms mixed in with fake ones here. Let's look at this anime one. Yeah, so cluttered on their desks. You would suck at kanji. I mean, everyone just has to figure out, like, how do they memorize best? And honestly, that's just, how do you study best? It's kind of hard to find that answer sometimes. But okay, I'm going to switch over. And we're going to try and work through that picture I found. Off my laptop. Onto that. Okay. Ready to draw. Let me open up the thing. Ooh, tiny image. Gotta fix that. And then I can share. All right, there you go. That should be, yep. Let's move some things over. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is try and find horizon line. But I'm gonna use, yes, do red. We can do red. So I want to follow this line there, I guess. And then follow this one. Okay. Let's do down here actually. Ah, so bad at this. I'm just gonna do the floor. That's actually an easier way of getting it. I just follow. Nope. I want to follow the floor. Okay, so it looks like our point is right here for the horizon if we're gonna do this. But I kind of want to be at a lower place. Just a slight bit lower than that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go in my ruler, perspective ruler. Actually, no, I don't want to draw it in. Let's do layer, ruler, create perspective ruler. And I can't quite see it. It's kind of hard, I think, on the screen to see. But this right here, you're seeing like a lot of little dots. So if I just move this, if I move it up to here, that's gonna be where it is, I think. Let's take a look. Show in all layers. So let's see if that's right. I'm gonna delete that layer and bringing a new one. Now let's see if this follows. Oh, I'm a little off. I think, okay. This one. Yeah, so this needs to go here, I think. Let's try that. Yeah, that's a little better. We're still, no, actually. That's really good, actually. Whoa. Sometimes my mouse is a little too sensitive. Let's zoom out. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, I think that's That's the right perspective on this. So, because I don't want it to be that high up, let's bring it I don't want it to be that low either. Ah. I want it maybe here? Around there, I think. Let's... Once I pick that level, I can't. Let's see how that changes these lines. This, I'm gonna follow from here. That's pretty deep. Where was I before? Here? I was there. Why is that not following it? I think we're off a little bit still. Because these lines here aren't following it up. Oh. I want this moved. Now will it follow? Pretty close. I do think down to here should be okay for the view that I want. Then if we do edge of the room, so that is the downside. Okay, there, I go across to, I don't know, somewhere here. And that would be kind of the edges. The room if I did that. Do I like that? That seems too high for the edges of the room. I do not like that. Let's go a little lower. Let's go here. I'm just gonna bring them that way and there. Then if I just erase, oh, of course I gotta erase with the line. There. Oh, too far. So then, okay, there. That becomes the new edge of the room if we did that. But then now the back looks so small. I don't like that. Let's come a little further up. About there. And turn that off so I can just... And do I see? We do see the top of a room here. So... something like that. So that would be our room. Am I okay with that? If I were to start putting in like a door, it's a very wide door. And then desk. Huh. Don't quite like how those desks, how do they work here? I'm gonna find, because I think I need to see exactly. Let's see, edge, nope, nope, nope. Edge might be around there. Where is that? That's not, that doesn't line up. Where is it? Because that right there, it's definitely a corner of the room. It's maybe down there. And that goes to maybe just around here. So if I then connect, yeah, okay. Except that actually goes higher up. These go to about here. Like that. Hello, welcome. Welcome. All I'm doing right now is trying to understand this room so that I can make my own room. Okay, this wall on this side is actually going a little deeper than I thought, because it's coming out here. You can see there's a little bit of depth right there. So these are cutting into it. So I need to go deeper in. No, that goes into the door. About there. That roof here is right there. And that's definitely still a corner. No, I think it goes further back because this desk here is in front. So just slightly further back, maybe to there. It's hard to tell because we can't see the bottom. I think that's probably right. And that's coming in. And this is also going in. Okay, I think that's right. So if I erase, where am I erasing? I'm gonna erase the middle. So I got the floor wrong then, right? The floor can't be like that. Floor isn't there. The floor would have to be there? That does not work. Because that's cutting up. Okay. What that tells me is I still don't have the perspective right. Dang, perspective is hard. Okay. I'm close though. My line might be here instead. Alright, that looks better. So if, let's go a little down. I'm trying to see, oh, that is the floor. Right there. So we need to go a little in, because that curve, that's carved into. Or no, that's in front of the, it's in front of it. Maybe about there. Oh. I'm just gonna go completely through. It's still not lined up. So it would have to line up here. Somewhere close. And that's not right. So this... maybe there? No. So that'd take me there. Yeah. Not quite what I want. But let's just go with that for now. So I'm gonna erase. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna draw what I kind of imagine. Or not draw, but let's just do basic box. What I kind of imagine for a room. So what I'm imagining is we'll have a door here. Maybe like that big. This isn't really to scale, but into that I want desks there. Then I want the same. A little bit over, like how we did see in the thing there. But what I kind of want is, I'm kind of imagining more desks just right here. I'm just trying to see the perspective. Yeah, I want more desks there. And then honestly, this side over here doesn't even matter. I don't really care too much about this side because I'm gonna want to look at it from here. Or I guess maybe it does matter if I'm looking at it from here. Yeah. So then I guess on the other side, what I'll have is cabinets, small cabinets. Bookshelves, cabinets, things like that. Right there. Front of the room. What should the front of the room have? The map is for my own room. So like, what do I want to include in this staff room? Because I'm not copying the other room. I'm just using it as a reference for how to basically position the door that's over here. Front of the room. What do I want from front? Let me see. What stuff do I have? Well, I guess they usually put a whiteboard in the front of the room. Or a blackboard. Okay. So I guess we'll do that too. And I'm actually gonna say these are windows, because I guess it's traditional to just have one side be full windows. So we'll do that too. Windows with like, I want like bars in between, I guess. Like actual foundation in between, so it's not full windows on the side. Desk, door, and we want, I guess, a whiteboard or a blackboard up here. And then, yeah, so then we're over here looking at the room. That's very wide. But it's not to scale, so that's okay. Because this actually, I think, would be more closer. Because they're usually very cramped rooms. Usually. More like that. And oh, these are cubicle desks. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the side as well. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, I can fit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because again, I want to keep them cramped. So chair, 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 chair. But that's a lot of detail. So I might even make this smaller. Hello, welcome. Okay. But all right. What I want to do next is that. Cancel, transform. Let's see if I can, wait, cancel. I want that, and I don't want to keep aspect ratio. Let's see if I can do this. Bring that down. Oof. Oh, I gotta get my windows out of there. Cancel. Door. There we go. See if I could do this properly. So I wonder if I could just transform this over. That's gonna mess it up a bit. But I just want to see what that seems like. Just keep going off to the side. Out there. Something like that. Then I could build up from here. That could work, but it's windows. So I actually want it even further in. Am I doing architecture? No, I am not. Architecture is not what I do. I'm just kind of experimenting here. Trying to figure out if this actually would work, because let's just turn that off. Let's say okay to that transformation. And then I go where this one. Experiment. So let's say so right about, oh, I gotta unclick out of that. So I said I wanted foundation here. So if I just kind of bring that forward. something like that. If I just... So... behind. Because then that would be walls. Right? So I could... These would be solid walls that kind of go in. I don't know if you guys can imagine what I'm imagining. But it kind of goes in, and then I have windows somewhere here. But like it would be a little forward out there. Then if I were to not erase, but like window reflection there or something. That makes sense. And the rest of this would just all be solid wall. Oh, I drew on different layers. Whoops. Hello, welcome. There's a lot. Hang on, let me read what's going on. Chat moved a little too fast for me. That's okay. You guys can keep chatting. I'll catch up. Program. This program is Clip Studio Paint. You can actually just barely see it right at the top. Right, if you look at just right at the top bar there, it'll just barely say Perspective 1 Assignment. If you go to the end of that, it'll say Clip Studio Paint EX. So just barely, you can kind of see it. And not quite a bird's eye view. Bird's eye view is from way up top, because it's a bird's eye view. This is just a higher view, like like I'm just slightly, like maybe I'm just a little tall. I don't know. So not quite. I'm still experimenting because like I don't do perspective stuff much. And also this is off perspective with what I'm doing now. I just wanted to see like, could I transform what I made and still make that work? And I think I could have if I actually transformed it to the size I wanted it to be, because those are really wide windows that are down at the bottom there. But yeah. Let's see. How am I? I am okay. I'm tired. I'm really tired. So if I like stop mid-sentence or if I have to think for a long time, that's why. Rules, only rules, let's see. They are down, they should be. They should be down in the description below. But if they're not, you know, basic stuff like be kind to others. No like racism or phobias and whatnot, right? This is a safe space for all. Yeah. And since this isn't a video game, if it was a video game that I was playing right now, I'd also say try not to backseat unless I ask. But it's not. It's just me trying to do homework badly. Otherwise, you know, we're free to chat. And you're free to give me tips if you know what I should do instead. Because right now, my goal is to do like a staff room, like a traditional Japanese staff room in 1-point perspective. So like kind of like this here. I want the door in the corner just like this, but like not this perspective, right? I don't want the entire room to be angled. I want it forward like this. But I do want desks in the middle. I like this layout here with desks in the middle. But I also want it in the back wall that you can see right there. And then what's my other? Just stuff that they put. So that's kind of the goal right now. Do I prefer drawing people or objects? I prefer people. I am definitely not an environment or background type person, as you can see. I'm gonna try something else really quick with this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. Square one, basically. So what I want to do is transform again, but try and go thinner. Or there has to be a better way to transform than this. I know. There we go. That's what I want. I want this. Yay! Now I can move the whole thing. Whoa. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. It's going... but I can't do that. So if I do that, it goes into the wall. I don't want that. I don't want it fully into the wall. Okay, let's bring this over a little. Because if I do that... over a little more. Oh, oops. Bring it down. Bring it over. Bring it over. Down. Oh, I cannot see. Over. Stretch it. I think this is doing better with how I envisioned this to try and work. Something like that. So this, I thought like maybe I can do this, where basically I transform what I've made, the bottom. We'll let it think. There we go. And then let's not get, okay. Then I go to this layer and let's just put in, if I build up from here, like if I just go straight up from here, and then, yeah, we'll go. How do I want the windows to look? Why did I... Because I want partitions, but then how's that gonna look? I should have looked at more stuff for that. Was I drawing before I joined an art school? So I didn't... So, let's see. The art school that I've joined is actually Mark Burnett's online art school. So it's not like an official art school, but it does go pretty in-depth. Before that, I was just doing my own art. Like I was self-taught, and I didn't quite like where I was at with that. Okay, let's see. So I'm looking at references now. They have like kind of a coming out here. Going up. How does that look from? So then I go here. No. Here. 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 We want to. Up. Too small. Erase. This is really tough to show. I've picked a very hard thing to do. Something like that and go back. Okay, and then what? And then a windowsill. It's like here, here. What is that? I feel like this one here doesn't have enough depth to show what it's doing. There, I think that helps. And go here. Oh. Let's go a little further out. That's what I'm missing. These. Ah. Okay. Starting to slowly see some depth there. It's a little hard to see because I'm not coloring anything. I don't quite like how that looks, but this is all just me getting the hang of this right now, I think. Do a small little lip there. I don't want it to be too much. I'd much rather have that be a little smaller. I think it looked better. It's a little thinner. Let's leave it. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Or I guess you're still there. Let's see how the middle of the room would look. So I would want desks here. me get my image that I want. My example image. Should have that up. Okay. So from here, let's say up here. There to there. There. Back. Down. Over. Over. Something like that, probably for a box. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's alright. That worked out better than I thought. That was pretty easy, actually. I like that. Everything needs to be that easy. There. There. Oh, that's already off. That's okay. There. Then what'd I do? Then I went back? No, I did not. That's okay. That looks off. I spoke too soon about how easy it was. Or I jinxed myself. Okay. So that would be like middle desks, I guess, if I were to do that. I kind of want to divide the desks. Oh, I want them to be like at that. There, so like there's two sides to the desk. And then if I wanted to do like a, I wanted to go in a little more. Show some leg room. And that would just be colored in. Because it's black under there. And then we could go like cabinets. I need to make it either bigger or smaller, I think. Can I draw femboy? No. That's not what I'm doing right now anyway. I am literally starting from the very, very basics of art. So I'm not gonna like jump to a character immediately. Okay. Then I want the door. I want the door over on the side. Somewhere here. I want to... I guess it could be a double door for now. But then I want more desks on the side. So from here down over. Let's just take it all the way over. Yeah. Maybe I could do cabinets at the top. Do like a little cabinets up here. It's looking more like a classroom. That's okay, I guess. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. And if you want to see a femboy, I have a Discord icon that I made for my server. That's based on one of my mods. It says femboy approves. So I guess that would be the femboy art. Let's see. So now I want a blackboard. Blackboard would be kind of, I don't know, blackboard or whiteboard, I guess. Let's do, like, I'd probably put blackboard here. And I kind of like the blackboards that have like little bits of stuff out like that. I really like those blackboards where like one side is cork, so you get like a lot of little sticky notes in places. But that should probably be like looking like it's in some kind of depth to it. So maybe something like that, maybe? Where it's like pushed into the wall a little bit. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. So I should keep to the bounds of the room itself. The front still looks quite empty for a staff room. What else do they have in staff rooms? Let's see. If I go... I guess they have like cabinets, like tall cabinets in the front. What else? Oh, here's one that has kind of the extra boards that I was talking about. Okay, so they have like, there's more desks in the front, basically. But I don't know what they would use the desks in the front for. I'm seeing a lot of them that actually have that. What about this one? That one doesn't. That just pushes. Yeah, I guess I could just add more desk. Just get it all the way to the edge there. I could do that. Just get it as close to the front as possible. As close to the front without accidentally going out of bounds in some way. Oh, cancel. Okay. Let me look back at my main reference. Main reference does have, I guess, a desk. No, those are cabinets up front. Cabinets make more sense. And then in this space, they have shelves. That works, actually. I'm gonna erase what I did over here. redo that. I'm gonna bring that back up though. It's a guide, a small guide. Okay, so from here, if I do like a small thing like that, and then I can do a cabinet here, goes to there. Let's do a better job of that. Up, over, let's go up, 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 over, over, down. And since this I want it to be like a shelf, that. I see. It's not a partition in the wall, it's a partition a little bit in front of the wall that I'm seeing in a lot of these photos. Okay. It's a little weird, but that's okay. And window. From here, let's add more cabinets, I guess. There. I'm just gonna do this anyway. It's not very good architecture, but I don't care. It's a made up room anyway. I gotta go the other way. It's not too deep. Okay. Room doesn't look too bad, I feel like. It's a good first time room, I think. Let's now try and make it look a little more polished. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change my layer and black. And I usually like using, where is it? Oh, too thick. Yeah, we can go 10. Okay, where to start? Let's put up my perspective thing again. Let's see if it'll actually help. Perspective, bring it down. About there. No, about there. Okay, let's try. Yeah, that's closer. That works. I think I can make it even closer though. Whoa, that's really close. That's perfect. All right. That's my perspective then. Let's see how the boundaries of the room line up to it. About there. So a little deeper than what we originally had. Which is okay. And then that's coming down to here. Yeah. That's... Whoa. Way straighter than what we were going for. Or not, like, more head-on what we were going for. Oh. Losing it. That's where it wants to go. I don't know if I like that. If I just follow that instead. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna get rid of those. So I'm not always switching over. It's very close. But not quite. Guess I could bring it more forward than I would want. Let's see how that would look. Do I like that? Well, I mean, it does mean that my desks that I originally put without the extensions are closer. I am familiar with both those names. But I think I'll just stick with what I'm learning now. Mainly because there's already an in-depth process to this. Like, I don't have to make this assignment as hard as I'm doing it. Because later in terms, I'm gonna learn more. So I'm just gonna trust the process in the course I'm currently in. I just don't know if I like this. I guess it's fine. I'll work with this. And then we need to make the desks maybe a little bigger because of how this is. Maybe. Oh, that's my eraser. Do that. Guess I should do a tiny little, what? Tiny little border. Does it need a border on? Guess it could have a border on that side. I just don't know if I want that. Looks a little weird. For now, I'm just gonna keep the door like that, just open. So I know it's there. And then these desks. Let's go a little higher. No. What am I? Let's see. That. Here. can't sleep. Oh, I forgot that corner. No. I want it close, but not super close. Oh, there. Oh, that corner one is a little off. Both corner ones. Fix. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Darn. Okay. That's off, because I couldn't see. Okay, let's fix. Oh, which means I need to fix. Oh, where is this lined up with that top one? Darn. Oh well. That looks off. Oh, interesting. They're a little offset because of that tiny little difference that I made. Okay, and then I want... do I want it to be a clear indication? I guess I could. there. Let's go across the whole thing. That's a little far. It's a tiny little bit here. Nope. Little bit more over. Oh, how do I do an overhang? No. Let me look. This one. You larger. Let's see if I go from there, come down. It's a little too far from right here. And I can do kind of a small little thing there. Okay. Oh, good morning to you, I guess. For me, it is almost 5 p.m. because I am currently in Japan. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. For desk. And then I still want some cabinets. They're just gonna be small cabinets. That's okay. 1, 2, and 3. It'll be like that, that, that. Yeah. How's that looking? It's okay. It's looking okay, basically. I don't know why there's such a thick... Oh! Nope. Pretty thick line there. Let's get rid of that one too. Jeez. Sometimes I wonder about these. Okay. I guess that one's a little off, but that's okay. Okay. Oop. Yeah, I guess I'll have it. Oh. I'll have it split here. No, I want a little off center. Or not off center, a little off of that. I guess I don't have room for more than 2 desks. It's okay. Okay, how does this gonna... My next one... I'm not really gonna see the edge, I feel like. If I do, maybe just that much. I don't think I'll see. Let's check without it. So... here. Nope. Oops. ear is itchy. I also don't have any water. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get water. Okay. Time to get back to guessing. Okay. Hello. Welcome back, 𝘿𝙊 𝙉𝙊𝙏. This time I'm doing perspective, which kind of is I study so hard to draw? I'm not sure what that means. Do you mean that I'm studying a lot? I guess we would see just a little bit of that other one there. Maybe that. Let's see what that looks like if I take it off. Do I like how that looks? No, I do not like how that looks. That looks better, even though it's kind of floating there when I do that. Maybe if I go closer, like just basically right along this, if I just make it like that. Can't quite see, but with that darker edge, maybe it kind of looks like it's better. I don't know. Yeah. So I did say that I am making a 1-point perspective background, yes. That is the assignment. 1-point perspective room, specifically. So it could be a bedroom, it could be dining room, pretty much whatever. But I want a staff room, because I have this visual novel that I want to do. And one of the settings is going to be a staff room. So may as well use my assignments to my advantage. Now the question is, do I want to... Yeah, I guess I should. I could just do different kinds of desk, or I can do the same desks but flipped. That would look kind of weird. If I was going to do that, I guess I should have done it over here. So let's erase that. Erase that. And instead put it up here. No, I guess we could keep that one there and then put one up here. Like that. For the drawers. And then do a mirror kind of over here, but going the other way. Oh, that was eraser, whoops. So if I'm gonna do a mirror, that means I need to do the cabinets on this side. And they don't have to be perfect, just because this is offset a little bit. So, cabinets here. Ah. Okay. Something like that. Oh. Here. And then here. And erase that line. Okay. Middle looks like that. Whoa. Horizontal line. Well, actually, let's get that line in and then do horizontal. Okay. Oops, I forgot to put that in. Okay. Doesn't change too much, I guess. Oh no. What I wanna do here? So that's how I have it there. Guess it hangs a little bit. Something like that, maybe, I don't know. Okay. Next. Ah, that was my eraser. Is that big enough? No. A little bigger. Up there. Where is it? It's almost lined up with that. We should actually have it go a little further down. So from here. No, I guess right there is fine. No, it's not. A little further down. Oh, I went too far. How much work for just a tiny, tiny amount. Let's see. Tiny little bit. That's not even gonna be like the main focus of anything. No, it's not gonna be that. To be on this other side. Oops. This one's a little off center. That's okay. I'm gonna leave it. Just ended up being 2 different sizes or something. Which is fine. Do that for now. Nice. Don't quite like that, unless it's closer. So I want it a little closer, maybe around there. Oh. Okay. Let's take a look at how I want the door. Welcome, product. A staff room. It would be a, yeah. I'm trying to go, oh, ow. Whoops. Where is my mouse? Mouse, where are you? Is my mouse dead? Are you dead? No, you're not dead. Okay, good. But yeah, I'm trying to do a staff room. Like, I have these desks in the middle here. And then I'm trying to figure out how to do the sides. So they've been a little tough. I know I want the door there, and I was thinking like just more desks and a cabinet up top or something. But having a cabinet up top is not common for Japanese. At least in a staff room, it's not common. Perfect for dating sim. Yeah, I mean, that is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Edu's story. He has to go report to the staff room first. And that's where we meet the homeroom teacher. Okay. I go in, because that's gonna be the edge there if I do that. I guess okay. Stack of folders for overwork. I mean, that would be like details on the desks themselves and stuff. I need to get more of the room fleshed out. I guess I would see maybe a little bit of... Would I see the roof here? If I did this? Want that. You turn that off, take a look. That's a big room. That looks like a big room. But, okay. A lot of the stuff is going to be coming in front of these walls. Let's go ahead and work on the side with my little cabinets over here, because I think I still like how these cabinets look. I just gotta get them to line up. So if I have here, that's really thin. Maybe a little more. pose. There. I feel like hello, welcome. Welcome. As you can see, I am just trying to make a room unsuccessfully. I don't like that. Man. I guess I do have to be that thin. It just doesn't feel right doing that though. I'll draw this out and see how I feel about it after. I'm gonna line that up best I can. By doing that, it means I go back. Okay. That's fine then. We'll go with wherever I was. About there. I'll just see what it looks like. 𝘿𝙊 𝙉𝙊. Some of the best backgrounds. Diary 𝘿𝙊. I'm not sure what 𝘿𝙊 and 𝘿𝙊 is, but I recognize the diary. not very liked because the story ends in a cliffhanger. Even though it's... so just like a one-shot volume. Okay. Yeah, those sometimes aren't popular. I know the creator of... why am I blanking on names? Chainsaw Man has quite a few one-volume stuff. I'm not a fan of any of them, though. I can kind of already tell this is not going to look good. The windows, mainly, is not going to look good. I feel like they're too far back. So, let's get rid of that and try again. This time coming a little forward. Just a tad bit. Is that enough? Because then we need to also let it go. Get rid of it. How's that look? Empty. That. I do. Okay, it looks a little more okay. Except for this top part. But I guess we could leave it. Oh, that's cool. Now you can send basically, they put in a fan mail thing for you to do. That's a fun idea. Yeah. I feel like I also wouldn't have used it. I feel like there's another manga that's kind of popular that takes place in France. Purse workshop diary. Okay. Because I wasn't sure, like, I've never seen kaban in its, in kanji. Usually kaban is gonna be hiragana. So I didn't think it was bag, but I guess it is. And workshop coal, I guess is what would have been that. Purse workshop diary. I feel like that's such a weird name. Like, how does that all come together? I don't know. There is just a little bit in. This is already set in. That would have been in there, probably where this is. So your English looks not the manga's fault. I mean, honestly, sometimes mangaka have some weird names that they give. Like, they think something sounds cool, so they use it. That's really common. What is that? Go away. These are such empty shelves. We should fill them up. Glass shelves are usually, or like not glass shelves, but shelves with glass, so you can see inside, are usually popular here. So let's do one of those. Oh, that lined up really well, actually. Ah. That was a loud noise. Hopefully everything's okay. I'm just gonna let it go. That's a little off, but I don't care. No, just straight down the middle. And that should be good enough for that. And then should have little shelves inside. which are gonna be from the edge over. Like that. I don't think I've heard of them. Let's see. Harassment. Manga. My internet's slow. Hopefully in the new place it'll be better. Because I shouldn't be too far from the router. It's giving me other things. Let's see. Because I guess a lot of things are called formerly known as fellows. That can't be right. Might just be easier to find the other. Let's see. Kaban ko ni ki. Yeah, no, nothing's coming up on my searches. So I'm not sure. Do I care about putting in books? Guess I should. Not even great books here. Just thick. I'm not gonna put too much detail in this. Yeah, it looks good enough. Oh, publishers a Dungeon Meshi, okay. I probably won't like their works then. Because I was not a huge fan of Dungeon Meshi. I actually messed this up a little bit. Because I need to do that. And that. There. Ah. Oh. Nope. There we go. That's better. That's too much detail. Definitely need to fix this. Do that. Oh, no, it's not interrupting at all. I'm fine talking. Keeps me awake, honestly. Because I am still tired. I would say those shelves are probably the best thing in this entire thing. Which is so sad. Really don't want to keep doing shelves. Maybe is there other style shelves I could do? So I should mix it up a little. Maybe just okay, I think I see a style shelf I could do. Style of shelf. Whoa. Down that way. Down this way. And then a tiny little bit here too. That. It's not perfectly down the middle. But that's okay. I'll take it. Yep, one more day for the weekend, yes. And then I get a 3-day weekend. But we're actually going to be kind of busy because 𝘿𝙊 had just came in. I had muted my mic. And he told me that we're going to have to go get Honkos. Those are stamps. And then he also has to go get paperwork from City Hall here because we have to tell them that we're moving and then go to the new City Hall and tell them that we're moving in. So this City Hall needs to know we're moving out, the other one moving in. And then, so then we need to, yeah. Honkos, we just gotta find a good place. And then we gotta actually make it, right? Like, we gotta have our own symbol. I was telling 𝘿𝙊 he should do his last name. Because, like, he's head of the household. And then I would just do my first name. Because that's actually my signature anyway. It evolved into just being my first name. But I don't have, like, a kanji that goes with my name. I do have a name that's like easy to say in Japanese. There's no kanji to it, but there's like, I did do the whole thing where it's like, I'm gonna look up my name in the dictionary, see what it is, right? So it's like poison tear gas or something like that. And unfortunately, there's no kanji for it. Otherwise, I totally would have used it. So we gotta basically make up kanji. And yeah, so the room, I am gonna try and put as much shelves as I can, but I want to keep it traditional to Japanese rooms. So there isn't going to be a lot of like top shelves. And not very many tall ones, because there's like, usually they put like boxes and stuff on them. So I'm gonna try and keep that the same as best as I can. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. Just experimenting a bit. This would be nice if I could go in, but I can't. I can only go down from here. I could go... No, go that way. But not from where I'm already at. What is that? Stone road? No, that's not stone. That's road. 𝘿𝙊 𝘿𝙊. What about 𝘿𝙊? Like Rocky Road. Oh, you mean like for the Japanese thing you were just talking about? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk to like somebody about it, I guess. Get advice from other people. Probably the guy who owns the Honko store. That'd be the best one. Why do I even... Not there. Guess it needs to line up as best as it can with that. And then another shelf. How do I want this one to look? What other options do I have? Gonna take that off real quick so I can do this. So it's obvious that they're windows. But they should be on top of that. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Guess I should add some blinds. They would normally have blinds here, huh? Something like that, maybe. Just some simple blinds. Oh, the blinds would go past that, wouldn't it? Because of how I've decided this works. It'd be right here, around there. No, that doesn't look so good. That looks better. Infinity Castle. Now, hello, welcome, Cosmos. I'm just sitting here drawing a room as best I can. It's tough. Alright. I only have a tiny little bit of this Any little bit of this part of the cabinet that I gotta do. Okay, I think I have an idea. I can do something similar to the other one over there. And then oh. No. No. Okay. Sure. And just do that. There. Those are my shelves. And thank you. I would say it's okay for a first try. That's for sure. Okay. I want to do the blackboard next. Where was it? That's where I had it. Okay. Kind of center of this. Right. Cannot see. Okay. And just connect it a little more with these corners. I want to give it a tiny little bit of dimension. Not a bunch. Alright. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna go with that. As I said, I like when they have like offshoot boards. Let me see if I can find. Okay, this one's an okay example. I'm gonna make them smaller though. I like having smaller ones. And they have their own borders, which I will do from the inside. Ah. Want to be about the same size all around. It's really... yeah, it's as close as I'm probably gonna get there. Ah. This is a little cork board, basically, with its own stuff posted. Same thing on this side. Whoa. That. There. Just little cork boards. Nope. Too big. Nope. There. Yeah, we'll leave that. Oh no, I'll put a tiny thing there. Okay. Now I gotta deal with the other side. Alright, bye product. Thanks for stopping by. Not sure why Digimon. Did you mean Pokemon? Because that's what's coming up after I eat dinner. See, how do I want to do the door? So I think the door would probably be in a little bit. Why is it not working? Whoa. Why do I have a different... Delete that. There. Let's erase that. I guess I'll keep that there, because I don't know what to do with that. Oh. Nice. Yeah, and then do the door, I guess, which would be right there. But it should have a small little frame around it. It's a very high door. I think I'm supposed to put in some windows. Like that. Because of that, I actually want to adjust where I put the entrance. Right there. Still a pretty high door. Tall door. But nothing I can do about that, I guess. Let's put in some windows. About that size, I think works. Yeah. And this is a sliding door. Okay, slowly, very slowly coming together. So slow. Okay, so next I want more desks on the side, I think. Or do I want something else? I'll do a tall cabinet in the corner and then a desk off that, I guess. I think that would be maybe better. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So the tall cabinet's gonna come out a bit from in there. Not that far down, but I'll erase it later. About here. Really? Just gonna go straight because we're pretty leveled. About up here. There we go. It feels like a very deep cabinet. Okay, let's try again. Let's do here. Here. I go from here. I gotta go this way. Okay. Get rid of that. Because let's say I want that. So here. So from here, I need it to come out. It's about there. Maybe more. There. I'm just gonna go here, then up. Gosh, why can't I? That is the one drawback to doing that. Doesn't quite look right. I could do straight. Let's see what that looks like. If I get rid of all these. Oh. Yeah, that could work. Tall cabinet, but then be down there. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty low against that cabinet. Let's go a little higher. Around there. Literally just meet up with the cabinet. Let's see. Here. Here. Should have cut that first, I think. And then These, they go up. Nope. No, they do not go to there. Ugh. Okay. I think I need to erase this middle line here. Okay. I think I got most of it done. Like, the room itself is done, I think. I just have to add, like, stuff on to desks and things like that. But I don't have to add anything extra if I don't want to. So I want to call this good. I guess I can decorate the bottom here. If I make... Oh, can't even... Yeah, we could do that. One last thing to do. Here we go. A little off. You know what? I just made everything so much worse for myself doing that. I need to put it onto a different layer. Okay, now I can do it again. Okay. I again forgot to turn it into a vector layer. Dang. So if I do it after doing all this, it's gonna look weird, right? Nope. Didn't actually. Yeah, it did distort it. Dang it. Oh well. One more time. Convert layer. Vector. Okay. One more time. Here we go. Oh. No, it's too big. Out there. There. Okay. Oh man, this side over here is too big. I think I missed one going over this way. Yeah. It's better. Okay. There we go. Now I'm done. And then I guess if I want to add stuff to the room, I can, but currently I don't want to. That was a lot. So I'm gonna export this real quick. Desktop. Save. Okay, save. Ugh. I'm gonna go check mark it as done on my little sheets. All the way down, complete. Alright. Oof. I'm gonna go ahead and go eat some dinner. I will be back after dinner with a short game stream for Pokemon. So if you guys want to come to that, you can. But otherwise, the next time we do drawing is gonna be Saturday. Maybe Saturday. Really depends on a lot of the stuff that we have to get done before moving. But if I do it Saturday, then we're gonna go back to doing just our drawings because I still have like 6 more sets I need to do. But otherwise, as always, thank you guys for watching, lurking, commenting, or I guess chatting, not commenting. Appreciate it all. And maybe I'll see you again. But until then, stay safe. Bye.